Hi everybody, my name is Natalia Urrutia, and I know I said I was going to post a video a few days ago, but I figured I should do a lot more research and make sure I cover all the bases I wanted to cover, just so I can inform you all as best as I can. So, the death penalty is a widely known controversial topic. I posted a survey to see the reasoning behind people's beliefs of whether they think the death penalty should be abolished or reinstated, and I felt it was necessary to voice my opinion as well. The last execution in Canada was in 1962, and then the death penalty was abolished in 1975. In 2005, the Canadian government signed and ratified the second optional protocol to the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. With no mechanism for withdrawal, this legally prevents any return of the death penalty in Canada. So how did this help? Well, the homicide rate fell by 40% in the 3 decades following 1975. The death penalty cannot be credited for making societies any safer because research from other countries has failed to show that repealing the death penalty causes an increase in crime rates. A common misconception is all people who are executed have been proven guilty of serious crimes, or only evil people who have committed horrific crimes are executed. Actually, the death penalty applies to a number of different crimes worldwide. Some examples are corruption, adultery, and carjacking. The crimes don't necessarily have to be serial killers on the loose. We've seen time and time again the injustice in our justice system and how the color of a defendant and victim's skin plays a crucial and unacceptable role in deciding who gets the death penalty. Furthermore, as of October 2002, 12 people have been executed where the defendant was white and the murder victim was black, compared with 178 black defendants executed for murders with white victims. Research has consistently shown that individuals are more likely to be given the death penalty if they are poor or belong to a racial, ethnic, or religious minority. They have less access to the resources needed to defend themselves, therefore they are more vulnerable to the discrimination in the justice system. Another misconception about the death penalty is that it's fine as long as the majority of the public supports it. History presents us with numerous examples of human rights abuses supported by the majority at the time, prominently including slavery, lynching, and racial segregation. The death penalty is a violation of the right to life, as enshrined in the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. It is also cruel, inhumane, and degrading. In the survey I posted, out of 146 people, 102 voted to abolish the death penalty and 44 voted to reinstate it. Some people's reasoning were, well, I only want evil people on death row, such as murderers, rapists, etc. But you have to think about how the risk of wrongful convictions outweigh the reasons to reinstate the death penalty. As long as the criminal justice system remains fallible, there is a possibility of executing innocent people. Punishing violence with more violence does not solve any problems, it just breeds more. No one has ever proven with numbers that killing murderers stops other people from committing similar crimes. The last reason why I think the death penalty should be abolished is because it wastes taxpayers' money. A Susquehanna University report found that on average across all 50 states, a death row inmate costs $1.12 million more than a general population inmate. Due to its severity, death row and execution are an economic burden on government budgets. It's more cost-effective to commute death penalties to life imprisonment sentences without parole. Locking them up for life eliminates the threat to society. We should just leave it at that. It does a lot of damage to society because it justifies murder. In the old times, there would be public hangings. It'd be like a circus where people could come and watch and even cheer. It creates a bloodthirsty environment as a society, and this is the last thing we want. We need to focus on rehabilitation rather than revenge. The death penalty sends a confusing and contradictory message. The murder rate in the United States is 3 times higher than in countries such as France, Italy, and Sweden, all of which do not use the death penalty as a form of punishment. Capital punishment does not discourage crime, and as studies have shown, may increase crime in our country. The death penalty is not a viable solution for offenders with mental problems as well, because they are incapable of normal thought processes and many cannot even grasp the concept of death. Criminals who are mentally incapacitated before they are sent to prison do not have the state of mind or intellect to determine right from wrong. When society advocates capital punishment and allows the government to assassinate inmates, we are no better than the murderers and common criminals who fill our prisons. The death penalty sends the message, don't kill or we will kill you. Punishing an action with the same action is incongruous and inconsistent. It only serves to confuse and reinforce the behavior rather than correct it. A few alternatives to the death penalty could be life imprisonment with the possibility of a review of that sentence, life without parole, or a discretionary sentence. And research has proven that most inmates on death row are capable of rehabilitation. Following the 1972 United States Supreme Court decision that the arbitrary application of the death penalty constituted cruel and unusual punishment, 322 death row prisoners were released. Only 5 of those 322 prisoners murdered again. The vast majority were capable of rehabilitation, and most were incredibly remorseful for their crimes. Archbishop Desmond Tutu spoke about this issue, saying, "There's no justice in killing in the name of justice." Hopefully, we as humans can overcome this divide and come together as a society soon. And thank you to everyone who participated in my survey. It helped me a lot, and thank you for watching.